people together to think about where we can make change. So we need to understand how the system itself creates sweatshops and how the system itself promotes the exploitation of women, so that we can then all collectively join together, get active, get organised. We hope this is a good start.
Labour Behind the Label is a campaign that tries to raise awareness of the problems in the garment industry, where our clothes come from, and the issues that workers face in countries like Cambodia, Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka. And so we're looking for solutions. How do we make this better? How do we improve the industry so that fashion is made fair?
The guy from Credit Suisse said, please come and talk to our investors, so I did, and I got the real sense then that it would have made no difference if I'd said 1 million people are going to die next week. The truth is that I wasn't going to be able to deter investors, because they just look at the numbers and they crunch the numbers and they see the expansion and they see the system.
Saya Ajijah dari Indonesia. Saya ditunjuk untuk datang ke Labour Behind the Label ini untuk mewakili beberapa kawan saya yang ada di Indonesia. Dan kondisi seperti itu sangatlah memang sangat jauh dari kelayakan untuk kita, karena kebutuhan hidup sehari-hari kita lebih besar ketimbang apa yang kita dapatkan di gaji yang ada di perusahaan.
And let's be very clear, what is our role here sitting in London and actually putting pressure to buyers? Because to me this has to do with price setting, long-term business engagement and criminal responsibility.
Ada banyak permasalahan yang terjadi di Indonesia. Yang pertama tentang masih minimnya upah ataupun gaji yang didapat oleh kawan-kawan saya di Indonesia, seperti itu.
What we really want is for a mass movement to stand in solidarity with workers around the world. What do we need the EU to do? What do we need the UK government to do to legislate to ensure that workers are able to have their human rights respected?
The most important way against regulation and in financial incentives.
So this is why you're standing closer to disagree.
Incentives could as well negative incentives, that is punishment.
Tidak hanya gaji saja yang menjadi permasalahan kaum buruh yang ada di Indonesia, tapi sistem kerja yang masih tidak pasti, ataupun beberapa kawan saya yang ada di Indonesia mendapatkan sistem kerja kontrak, outsourcing, dan masih banyaknya intimidasi terhadap kawan-kawan saya yang ada di Indonesia tentang masih minimnya kebebasan dalam berserikat. Dan kita lebih banyak mendapatkan intimidasi, diskriminasi terhadap kita semua di serikat buruh.
Ultimately, what needs to happen is a change in business models, so a move away from the pile and high, sell and cheap approach that we've seen and that we're familiar with on the high street, to a much more sustainable model where people have respectful relationships with their suppliers, where workers can join trade unions and are paid a fair wage.
It's not up to them to dictate when our time is to bring social justice to the table either.
What we've done today is we've had a really exciting event where lots of people have engaged in what policies we need to be put in place so that the industry can be changed from the bottom up. How do we know where our clothes come from? How can we make the industry more transparent? How do we redress the power balance that exists in global supply chains?
It's been really interesting to come today. I didn't really know much about a lot of the issues to do with trade justice, global trade, I think more in terms of the UK perspective. So it's been interesting to see, whether any individual choices I make have an impact.
Today's been a really inspiring event. I've learned a lot myself. There seem to be some great people here, some great interaction, discussion about the issues.
So people can get involved in Labour Behind the Label by going to our website, labourbehindthelabel.org. You can also download the Change Your Shoes app and add your footsteps on our March to Brussels, where the outcomes of the event that we held today are going to be presented to the decision makers who have the power to change the industry.